are you? Hope you're doing well. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a few minutes before I get started. This is the excitement dance of goal setting. So, as you're joining in, thank you for taking time to join me on this live. Just say hi, let me know where you're listening from, so I can just know. I hope you get value today. I hope it's a good day where you are. It's a good day where I am. It's nice and bright and sunny. Thank God for that. Happy new month, everyone. So one more minute before I just kick start. I won't want this to be so long. Okay, let me know where you guys are listening from. Great love. Thank you for that love. Cheesy Drips, let me know where you're listening from. I can't pronounce this name, it's quite hard. Her Cosmic Oven, let me know where you're listening from. How's your day going? So, if you don't have a pen and paper, this might be a good time to grab a pen and paper, because honestly, I don't know what the new rules are on Instagram. If I can be able to save this live, if I can be able to not save it, I don't know. So in the event that I'm not able to save this live, I would say grab a pen and paper quickly, or maybe use the note section of your phone so you can be able to put this down. So I'm excited. This has been in my heart for maybe 2 weeks now. You're listening from the up, you mean US? I know sometimes the typo happens, but yes. Okay, thank you. Let me know where you're listening from. Hey, Chinelo, how are you? Oh, the UK. Hey, UK, my people. I once used to be a UK babe, so I have extra special love for you guys. So, the whole point of this, I'll try and not make this to be long. I'll try and make it quick. The whole essence of this is... about 2 weeks ago, the Holy Spirit laid this in my heart, and I just became excited about goal setting. Now, goal setting is something I've been doing quite almost consistently for the past 6 years. But before then, I had no idea the need for goal setting. Hi, Chinelo, how are you? I had no need for goal setting. I didn't know I needed to goal set. I just used to coast through life and then just, hey, from Kosovo, I see you. So the whole point of this today is just to share this and hope that somebody catches the vibe and hope that somebody catches this message and take action. Now I know that we're all been saying 2020 has been a tough year. 2020 has been this. Honestly, I know people lost loved ones. We also encountered a lot of personal loss. But I also would say that I want you to start off by asking yourself, how was 2020, and are you excited for 2021? Now, a few people that I've asked, I've gotten like a mixed reaction. The first was, no, I'm not excited about 2021. Like 2020 took out everything from me, and I just don't know. Some people are like, I don't really know. I'm just here or there. And some people are, yes, we're excited about 2021. Why? We just want to leave this year behind and just move on to the next year. But the truth is, you remember many, many years ago, we always used to say 2020, 2020, vision 2020, vision 2020. And we turn up in 2020 and we're shocked. Now, for me, I like to use the word 2020 is the character building year. Why do I say that? I've also learned from experience and a lot of personal development is that whatever you focus on will grow. We started off this year in a good high, and then, yes, there was a global pandemic. But what now happened is, every single news channel, everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, we were all focusing on the negativity. Oh, people are dying. Yes, I know people are dying. But if you actually read some research, you'll find out that just as many people also died from something else, but we were not paying attention. It wasn't televised. The media wasn't focused on it. It wasn't the only thing we were talking about. Even in Nigeria, in my country, and we're talking about coronavirus, some people die for something less publicized, like Lassa fever, malaria, typhoid, poverty. But because every single day you turn on the TV, every news you turn around, they're talking about coronavirus. So it now made 2020 be like, oh my gosh, it's the worst year. But let me shock you. Some of us got on that bandwagon, but I'll tell you what, I got off that bus. Because the truth is, 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Mm-hmm. not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it was genuinely a good year. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me. Not just because I'm alive, but because it Bad things can happen to you any year. It could have happened to you in 2019. It could have happened to you in 2018. It might happen to you in 2020. Now, I'm not saying this to you as anybody in particular, but I'm just saying that so that you can understand what I'm about to say to you. I'm speaking to the person who has thought, 2020 has given me, hi Faith, thank you for listening in. 2020 has just kicked my backside, and I'm just going to just do my best and be on that path where people are saying, don't set goals, please don't ask me about my goals. Me being alive is a good goal. Yes, 2020 reminded us that every single day is a gift. 2020 reminded us of what's important. 2020 made us look at our loved ones and say, oh my gosh, I love you. I'm going to say I love you every day because I don't know if you're going to drop dead tomorrow. That was the gift of 2020. 2020 gave a lot of people a gift. They woke up and said, you know what, I've been taking things for granted. I'm not going to do that again. That's a gift. So my second question is, make a list of the positive things that happened to you in 2020. You know, I also remember some of the athletes and the celebrities were saying that somehow the pandemic, when we're all locked at home, what happened is that they were forced to spend more time with their family. They've never spent that much time with their family in their whole career, and they were thankful for it. Some of us that every year we travel, we're waiting for summer, we're in one country or the other. This year, nobody traveled. Nobody was asking you, have you gone for summer? Nobody was feeling inferior. Everybody was like, we love our country. Even if it's bad, we're here. Like, Africa became the safest place in the world with the pandemic. Who'd have thought? So make a list of 2, 3, or 4 things that 2020 did for you. That will give you back the motivation you need to set and hope for 2021. If you're a person that don't have faith and you don't have hope, there's nothing left for you. Just end it. That's the truth. We as human beings, we keep going because of faith and hope. If you don't have hope, what's the point of waking up in the morning? You're going to be depressed anyways. But hope makes you, hope and faith is for the belief of something you cannot see, but hope of something that is yet to come. So why am I laying all this foundation is so that you can take 2021 seriously and set a goal. I say this, that there are certain things that they don't teach children in school. I didn't learn in my whole years in school, in my whole years of living abroad, even back. Yes, my parents did a good job, but they didn't even know there's something called setting goals. So now I say this and I share it with my children and I share it with everybody and say, if you haven't done this now, do it before the fun starts and you wake up and it's 2021. If you set your 2021 goal in January, you've already lost time. Now, I'm not putting you under pressure. What I'm trying to say is, when you plan, you have to plan ahead. Do it now. The best time to even do it is November. But if you haven't done it, that's okay. Go ahead and still do it now. And I'm going to give you a few steps because some people are like, oh, I've never set a goal before. How am I going to start? This is just to give you like a crash course on how to set goals. I mean, how I set goals. And one thing I always say in life is I'm not perfect. I'm not a specialist. There are some people that get paid to just teach people how to set goals. That's not my area, but the way I've been setting my goals, I've seen a difference in my life 6 years ago, 4 years ago, a year ago, as the year progresses and as I continue to set goals. So this is for you. If you're interested in setting your goals, go ahead and do this. The first thing is why. Why am I setting goals? You know, a lot of people don't understand why they should set goals. They're just like, I don't know. The reason why you should set goals, if not for anything, is to know whether you're going forward or backwards. Some people do not know that they have gone 20 steps backwards. Why? They didn't keep a mark. That's the truth. If you have nothing to measure yourself with, you don't know whether you're going backwards or forwards. A lot of us wake up and we're 40. A lot of us wake up and we're 50 and we're just like, oh my gosh, I wish. You always know, if I ask that question here, let me make this a bit more interactive. If you ask yourself a question here, if I can say something to myself 5 years ago or myself 10 years ago, you're like, oh, I wish I knew that. That's exactly what it's like. So if you set goals, you can look back and say, oh, this is what I've done. This is what I didn't do. Now let me put it back on my list and this is what I need to do. The second thing is the consequences of not setting goals. If you do not set goals, what is happening? You're like a person that got into a car and you didn't put in your GPS any address. You're going to go round and round and round and not even realizing that you're going in circles. That is the consequence of not setting goals. And if you don't set a goal, what you cannot think of, you will never achieve. I'm sorry. If you cannot think it, plan it, you will never achieve it. It's as simple as that. So the reason why I'm saying this is that if you don't think of something, if you don't plan it, so many of us, God keeps dropping something in our hearts and we don't write it down, and before 2-3 weeks it disappears. We don't act on it. It's important for us to act on things that come to us, but we need to plan. Now the third thing I need you to is the reason why you set goals, it helps you to move. It's like you have is a long-term vision with a short-term motivation. You have something to work for. So when you wake up, you don't wake up at a jump. Why? You don't have anywhere to go. If you have an appointment or you have a meeting, you wake up and you set time and you need to be going. But you don't have anywhere you're going, you're very lazy. You see that every day is coming, every other day is coming, you're getting depressed, you don't know what you're doing. It is because you don't have something to work for. Okay? So when you have zero plan, you can't achieve it. So now I'm going down to how I set goals. I set my goals every year, and then I break it down into every month, and I break it down into every week, and then my daily actions. That's why I get this question all the time. How do you stay motivated? I don't receive hits in my life. It's not like I don't go through struggles, but because I have things that I'm saying, if I can achieve this today, I'm okay. I'm giving myself that target, but that one target a day is as a result of my yearly goal. I've taken those yearly goals and I've broken down into months, and I've broken them into weeks, and I've broken them down into... sorry. I don't have my stand, so okay, you guys can still hear me? Awesome. Okay, keep going. Can everyone still hear me? If you can hear me, can I get like a hand sign or something just to show that I didn't lose communication? Okay, I'll keep going. So I set my goals and I give it like 5 different headings. You can give yours many more headings than mine, but I found out that this key 5 are where I start from, and then I grow from there. The first is personal goals. The second is spiritual goal. My third is family goal. My fourth is business or financial goal. And the fifth is my health goal. Now, so many of us just set financial goals, business goals. I want to start up a business. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Okay, good. But that's one aspect of your life. Now, why am I sharing this? Is because I've gotten to a point where I've gone full circle. You know, in my whole journey, I've gone from having a career to starting up multiple businesses to start a business. I had a point in my life where all I cared about was just my business. I did that business and I lost my spiritual life and I was miserable. Like, you know when you have money but you're not happy? I remember Steve Jobs saying that, I think it was a quote that came out that, you know, he was sick, and then when he died, and he made that quote to say, it's not all about money. If you set goals, make sure your goals are general, all around your life. If you're the wealthiest person in the world and your health is not in good shape, are you going to be allowed to eat that money? The answer is no. If you have money and you have good health and your family is not happy, is that a goal? No. So it is so key for when you set goals, you have to list all these areas. That's how people have a well-rounded, happy life. That's what I found out. I don't just set only financial goals now. I set goals in every area of my life because it's not just about money. Don't get me wrong. I like the money. I work hard for my money and I love to spend it. But all those other areas of my life is important. Now, depending on the kind of business you have, depending on the kind of life you have, and the kind of person you are and what you want to achieve, you can decide to add more. Now, you can still fit in everything you want under all of these headings, or you can break it down into different headings. So what do I mean by this? Under my personal goals, I have a social media goal. And I'll tell you a little story at the end of this. So I have personal, spiritual, family, financial, health goal. And then, sorry, 1 second. Sorry guys, they were a bit louder at my door, so I had to tell them to move. Okay, I'm back. So I was telling you the five ways you need to set your goals and break it down. Personal, spiritual, family, business and financial, and then health goals. Now, moving on to that, let me give you an example. I literally brought this. This is my 2020, you can see. This is my 2020 goal. I set this in 2020. Now, the exciting thing about having goals is when you start to tick them off. I don't know if this is in reverse or not, if you can see this. So I set that goal, and I just brought a plain paper. Don't make it complicated. is yours to look at. When it's easy and handy, it's easy. So you can see I just drew a line and I started to write down what it is for me. One of my personal goals was to read 48 books in the year. What does that mean if I'm setting that goal for the year? I want to read 48 books. We have 12 months in the year, right? So if I divided 48 by 12 months, how many books did I set a goal to read every single month? Now come down to my spiritual goals. I wanted to read more of the Bible. You know, some people say, oh, I read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And I'm just like, oh, well, I'm not there yet, but I just want to be consistent. You know what I mean? So I said to myself, let me choose 5 books in the Bible that I will read. At least if I can get through these 5 books, that's something I can do. I don't want to set the goals that I will not be scared of even achieving. But then again, I'm not going to set it too little. But I'm going to set something that will make me accountable and know whether I hit it or not. That's a spiritual goal. And that's how you go through family goals. Family goals, I need to eat out every day. Let me just say this. It's my personal goal. Even my husband doesn't know it's a goal of mine. But it's a goal of mine. And I said, oh, I want to make sure every single month we go out and eat out as a family. It's an experience for the kids. It's an experience for us. It's just something to do. Funny enough, in the year, I find out that my husband and I eat out or hang out like 3 times a week. Because it started with a plan. Because I found out that, oh my gosh, I'm busy. He's busy. We're just always moving around. If something is important to you, set it as a goal. Because, trust me, good children, not well-rounded children, happy marriages, good life, does not happen by accident. It happens by design. And then God will help you to crown it all. I'm saying this to you because it was laid in my heart by the Holy Spirit. I'm very passionate about it. I see people miss out on things that are important to them because they took it for granted. If it's not important for you, if you say, you want to, and I remember when I started my business, it was so important to me to have a business that I can be able to have enough money to take care of my children. What I mean by that, to be there for them. So that goal was a motivation and it drove me. And I knew, okay, so if you spend time with your children, what will you be doing for them? I learned how to swim. I want them to learn how to swim. I want them to learn how to speak languages. I want them to be independent. I want them to travel the world. That's a goal. But how am I going to achieve it? You set it down. It happens every year. Some people set 5-year goals. Some people set 10-year goals. So let me not digress, but this is how you do it. You set those goals in those different areas. Then you do the next step, which is called the vision board. I don't have my vision board. It's stuck in my room, in our room, my husband and I, in our room, in a cardboard paper. Some people put their own in a frame. Some people make their own look all nice. Mine is just in a cardboard and I stuck it in the wall. Why? I want it to be easy for me to take it off every year and change it. Sometimes I have not achieved everything on that goal. But what I do every year, I try to change it. So the cardboard I have on my wall, if I was at home, I would have showed you guys, is orange. Now tomorrow when I'm going to sit down with a couple ladies and we're going to actually do our physical vision board, I'm going to change it. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, I'm back. I work with some loud people, so I have to tell them to shut it down. Okay, so I hope you guys have been getting value so far. If you've been with me all through from the beginning, if you're just joining, thank you for joining in. We're talking about goal setting and key points. Let me know if you've been with me all through. Am I talking too fast? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Should I keep going? I'll keep going till I get your responses anyway. So, for me, when it comes to the next step, which is a vision board, the vision board is a visual representation of whatever you're going to write down. So if you write that, oh, I want to drive a Ferrari, and you write it down. I want to drive a Ferrari. I want to buy a Ferrari by March of 2021. Good. You get a picture of a Ferrari, what color of Ferrari you want, and stick it on that board and say December 2021, orange or pink Ferrari. Done. I want to go on holiday with my family. Oh, you just joined? Okay. I'm sure there might be a replay. I'll try and post it on my page. I don't know, Instagram changes stuff all around, but I will put the replay on my page so people that missed it can be able to do what? Get it. Okay. Thank you, Chinelo. Chinelo says keep going. Awesome. So what a vision board is a visual representation of what you wrote down. That's all it is. So whatever you wrote down, because human beings, our mind goes in pictures. Like when you sleep, you dream. When you like something, you're thinking about it, it's in pictures. If your mind can see it multiple times over the day, over the year, you're most likely to be directed to achieve it. So the vision board on my wall now is orange. Tomorrow I'm going to find a different color of cardboard paper and cut up all the goals I haven't achieved and stick it in my 2021 goal. But it'll be a different color. So before, if I've seen it for a whole year, my mind has gotten used to that color. My mind has gotten used to that vision board. Now it's going to be pink or green. And it's going to be like, hold on. Each time you see it, you stop. So some people also do this. They do mini vision boards and they stick it in different areas of their houses. So when you list out everything you want in your goal, you don't need to, if you listed out 100 things in your list of goals, you do not need to now put 100 things in your vision board. The key things, the bulk of it. If you want a nice house with 2 pools, or you want a house in the south of France, cut down the picture from the south of France and put the picture and then put the word in south of France. So what I want you to do is when you set that goal, do the visual representation in a cardboard or in a book, whatever works for you. That's the second key thing. Now the key third point that is actually going to make this really work, you need to make sure that your goals are SMART. Everybody knows this. That's an acronym used, SMART. They need to be specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be actionable, they need to be relevant, and they need to be time bound. If you set a goal that is not SMART, I want to become the president of the United States. I'm not a US citizen. How is that going to happen? That's not a SMART goal. I want to have $1 billion in my account, but I don't have access to my bank account. How am I going to measure it? The third one is actionable. You have to set a goal that you have action. Like I said, I've set a yearly goal and I'm going to break it down every month. Come January, I set my goals for the month. Come March, February, I'm going to set my goal for the month. Come April, I'm going to set my goal for the month. So that my yearly goal to buy a Ferrari, how much do I need to be making every month? So that by December 2021, my Ferrari will be complete. The money for my Ferrari will be complete. So come January, if I made $100, I know that the Ferrari is quite far away. But at least I know that if I needed $1 million, now I have $999,000 and I need an extra $999 to be able to go. You're measuring your goal. It has to be relevant. For me, this is so important. I remember somebody asking me a question about, what keeps you going? When you initially started your home-based business, you were just on the run. I told him, I said, I was 7 months pregnant. I had a baby in my tummy and I was broke. Darling, I did not need any motivation. That baby was coming out whether we liked it or not, and we had bills to pay. And those bills were in dollars. Sweetheart, if something is chasing you, you would run faster than it, or it's going to catch you and kill you. So it's either you're willing to win and get out of your comfort zone, and then make sure that the time bound that you have, you're willing to push for it. You're not going to achieve anything. That's the truth. Now, the final part is the support system. When you have accepted that, you're going to set goal. And like I said, for me, I'm a Christian. I take every opportunity to tell people about God. The word of God says that if you want to build a house, you have to plan and find out if your money is complete, right? So if you don't, if people always say, I want to build a successful business, I want to be the top woman in this industry, I want to have a brand new house, I want to drive a brand new car. How much is the car you want? You don't know. Do you have a job, darling? No. Do you have a business? No. Are you trying to be an armed robber? You don't know. You have to have a plan. That's the truth. And God is a promise-keeping God. If you set your goals and you put it in front of Him and you find the verses in the Bible and attach it to your goals and you keep it there, He's a promise-keeping God. He will come up. He will step up. Now, I'm not saying He's going to do it. The 2021 goals that you set, you're going to achieve it. You might achieve it in 2040. But just know it's going to happen. At least you have things in the works. That's what I'm saying. So when you set those goals, you commit it to God, then you do a vision board and you find a support system that can hold you accountable. This is another thing. Sometimes you come at me and they're like, I know things are difficult. I say, well, for you, speak for yourself, not for me. Why? What I say with my mouth is what's going to happen to me. Now, sometimes I'll be saying, I made $5,000 and I'm feeling good with myself. And some of the people I have in my support system are like, really? That's not in a condescending way, but they say, we know your potential is more. You ideally should be making $10,000 now. Why are you making $5,000 and you're making a lot of noise about it? Sweetheart, go and step up. Do this and this and this so that your $5,000 can now become $10,000 in 6 months. That's the kind of support systems you want. I don't want the kind of people that surround yourself with people that when they see you carry a bag, they're thinking, how did she get that bag? Did she get that bag from a boyfriend? Did she steal? Or is it fake? Or is it knockoff? That's not what I'm asking for. What I'm saying for you is when you set goals and you find people that can hold you accountable and find a support system, the people that will look at you and say, you are playing too small. Not every year you come at us with the same income. Every year you come at us with the same complaints. Every year you come at us, you're not changing. You're not being the person we need you to be. They can tell you the truth whether you like it or not. Those are the kind of people that I mean. You are a human being. You can get inspired to do something, but the motivation is going to come from you. So if you don't have a support system, trust me, you're going to have a day where you're going to fall flat on your face and you don't even know how to get up. But there are days that you fall. I have friends that when they call me and I don't answer, they call me again, I don't answer, and they say, are you dead? Because we know you're attached to your phone. You better pick up that phone and we'll come into your house. Those are the kind of people that will hold you accountable. And you can do the same for them. It can be in life, it can be in business, it can be in marriage, it can be in raising children. I don't know how you're going to find them. If you don't have any of those, kneel down and pray and hope God helps you. But start looking around you. Who can you partner with to do what? First of all, set these goals. Because trust me, is annoying. It's not a fun thing to do. But when you do it with people, like what I've started to do for myself to keep myself accountable, even though I'm coming at you guys and saying, set your goals, set your goals. I've booked in a goal setting session with a couple of people and say, okay, I'm going to show you how to do this goal setting, but I'm going to do it with you. That's how to do it. Find a friend, find a brother, find a sister, find a complete stranger who is willing to sit down with you to do it. So those are the 4 key points. Set your goal, commit it to God in prayer, do a vision board, and find a support system. Okay? I don't know if anybody has any questions. That's really all I have for you guys. So you have no excuse. Because somebody said to me, I want to set my goals, but I don't know how. I've told you how, so you have no excuse now, darling. So you need to go and set your goals. So if you've been with me from the beginning and you've gotten all the key points on how to set a goal, let me know if you have any questions and let me know your commitment. Send me a DM with a picture of your goal. Send me I will have done my goal. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, I want to hold people accountable. I can't hold the whole world accountable, but if you say by December 25th or by December 31st, I would have done my goal, I would recommend you don't leave it that long because you might go into the party season and your brain shuts down. You can go into the party season and your brain shuts down before then, but I'm willing for you to say, hey, I set my goals. Here, have a look at it. Do you have any comments? Send me a DM, I don't mind. Or send me a picture of your vision board and I will pray with you and I'll pray for you and I'll cheer you up. I'll be like, yay, you did it. But outside that, if you have any other questions, guys, let me know before I log off. Yes, so I'm excited to see how many people actually set their goals. Because, now let me close with this while I wait for any questions or comments before I log off. There was a Harvard research that went through and they said there were a group of people, and this were a group of people, let's just say a group of 100 people, and they asked them, yeah, set your goals, and only 14%, which is 14 people set their goals. Yeah? Out of that 14% had 10 times likelihood of being successful than the 100 group of people. Now, out of that 14%, only 3%, which were 3 people, wrote down their goals. Now, do you know the funniest thing? 97% of those people now work for the 3%. I'm sorry. If you have a goal in your head, like, I know I want to start up a salon. I know where my salon will be. If it's in your head, you're going to forget. The details, no matter how sharp your brain is not sharper than a pen and a paper. So you think about your goal, you write it down. The good thing about goals is when you write these goals down, you start ticking them off. You can see I ticked off some, I didn't tick off some. You start ticking them off and you see those that are left. And sometimes after you write those goals, middle of the year, some of the goals become irrelevant. That's the truth. Imagine if your goal was, I want to make $100 in 2021. And come 1st of January, you make $100. That goal, your goal needs to change. Right? Or you can say, oh, I want to do this, and then you relocate to a different country. What you need to do, you need to now adapt your goals. So I pray that you guys listen to me. This is not of my own accord. It was laid in my heart because I guess God knew that so many people are disheartened. Some people are just blame 2020 to be a horrible year. So they're just letting the devil lie to them that 2021, just chill, you're alive. No, stop playing small. You can be the next person that is going to invent. I mean, think about it. Somebody invented the vaccine. Imagine if they didn't keep trying. This is what I'm saying, that you have been given something within you that you need to share with the world. Stop holding it back. It's unfair to all of us that you are not using your goal. You're not setting this goal. You're not living a life of purpose. You're not pushing yourself. You're not getting out there. There's something all of us that have been on this live and even if I watch the replay have. So set a goal and do it. Even if it's one thing. Some reason why people don't set goals again, they are too afraid that they would fail or they won't achieve it. That's okay. If you don't achieve it, what if you do? But even if you don't, you do what? You put it back on the next year's goal. I didn't achieve all my goals. I probably got to 85%, which is good. Some years I get to 25%, but at least I did 25%. You take it to the next year and you keep going. Okay? So I love you guys all. I'm happy that I've achieved and done my assignments, which was given to me. Because one of the things that always happens to me, I don't know if it happens to you guys, is when I have something in my heart that has been laid in my heart to do, if I don't do it, I always get that little guy inside me saying, "You have not done it. You didn't do it. Is it fair? Can you see somebody else that your disadvantages?" So I hope that also burdens you. If you listen to this live, somebody might never hear me. Pick a friend, share this with somebody else. Tell them, "Hey, I learned how to do my goals. I've set my goals. Let me teach you." So go and teach somebody else how to set their goals. Or find a friend and say, "This weekend, let's just come to my house. Let's go to a restaurant. Let's set our goals together." What does that mean? Even if it's 2 people, those 2 tell 2. That becomes what? 6. Those 2 tell another 2. That's more people that will set their goals and more people that will most likely achieve their goals and more people that will be much more happier in life. Okay? In 2021. So, I love you all. Take care. Bye. I don't even know how to end it.